Raider Nation, wait a minute. It looks different around here. If you're going to Las Vegas this upcoming weekend, what I want you to do is hit me up on IG at MitchellRens365. I'm going to be hooking up the first 50 people that message me on Instagram because we're going to have one hell of a weekend, and I don't want you guys to really miss it whatsoever. So hit me up on IG, MitchellRens365.
No matter the location, from OAKLA to LV, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Here on today's show, we're going to get into today's practice news. I also got some rumors and really importantly around Josh Jacobs and Richie Incognito. And there's that old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Two major injuries to talk about around the Baltimore Ravens. The first story that we're going to be talking about here is Josh Jacobs, simply because if I get one more DM that says, hey Mitch, is Jacobs going to play? I might go ahead and pull my hair out. Now, he didn't practice on Tuesday, and he has been one of these guys that has had some injury issues in the past. Plus, the Raiders have been working out other running backs, and they actually signed I'll call him a plotter, and Peyton Barber. But the fact that they've worked out guys like Kerryon Johnson, the fact that they've worked out a lot of other backs already this offseason does make me a little bit nervous. So, how many Chucky heads on Josh Jacobs playing Monday Night Football up against the Baltimore Ravens? Drum roll, please. I'm going to go ahead and give this one 4 Chucky heads, believe it. He is going to be playing in this game. He dressed for Thursday's practice, which that was obviously a good sign. He did start the day off working separately on the sideline, and then he started participating in team drill. So the fact that he's out there, the fact that he's getting some work in already, that's a good sign. That's why I'm going to go ahead and give it 4 Chucky heads. I never really doubted Jacobs wasn't going to be playing in this one. It also, if you really followed a lot of the reports, if you've watched this show, you knew that they were trying to rest him because one of the biggest things that John Gruden did, and literally one of the biggest reasons why they went out and signed Kenyon Drake this offseason, is so they would have a fresh Josh Jacobs, not only week 1, not only week 2, but week 17, week 18, and fingers crossed for the playoffs. So here's my question, y'all. How many rushing yards for JJ in week 1? The Ravens do have a pretty stout defense, but they lost this guy named Yannick Ngakoue. Maybe you heard of him. They also lost edge rusher Matthew Judon, and this is still one of I'd say a top 20 defense. I'll be debating later on in the week if it's better than the Raiders, which you guys have to watch at Tailgate Social. But let me know down in the comments, y'all, how many rushing yards this week for Jacobs? The next injury to talk about is Richie Incognito, and I'm not going to be doing any Chucky heads here because really, man, I'm not sure. I hope that he is out there on the field, but he didn't practice again today, dealing with that calf injury, and hasn't practiced since August 19th. That's literally 3 weeks ago today. If you remember, he missed 14 games last season with an Achilles injury, and sure, calf, Achilles, not a doctor. It's not quite the same thing, but it is all connected. And I actually did talk to one of my doctor friends, shout him out on Twitter, Dr. Jesse Morse. He said that he would actually be pretty worried about Incognito and whether or not, even if he is out there on the field, how healthy he is going to be. So if he cannot go, this is what I project the starting offensive line for the Las Vegas Raiders to be week 1 Monday Night Football up against the Baltimore Ravens. You got Colt Miller going to be playing your left tackle position. That's no surprise. Really, it's the interior which have my eyeballs being kind of like, oh, God, hopefully it all works out. John Simpson, the second-year kid out of Clemson, I think he slides into left guard. Andre James, he's going to have a big-time responsibility being able to hold his own at center, but then also maybe having to pick up some pieces with Simpson. Denzel Good. Good actually could be another option where they could actually kick him over to left guard. Then you can throw John Simpson over to right guard. And then Alex Leatherwood, the first-round pick out of Alabama. That's probably going to be your starting offensive line for the Las Vegas Raiders if, and that is a big if, Rich Incognito isn't able to play. So what do we do here on today's show? We're going to give you guys news and rumors as always, but we're also an interactive show because if you've ever hung out with a Raiders fan, if you know a Raiders fan, if you've ever gone to a tailgate, a party, I can guarantee you one thing. If he's wearing silver and black, he's going to give you his opinion. That one's for Chucky heads. So what's your guys' panic level on Incognito from a scale from 0 to 10? 0 being you're not worried about the injury whatsoever. He's going to be out there Monday Night Football. Mitch, you're overreacting. Or 10 is like, dude, I am really, really worried. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go a 9. So the first time I asked you guys this question was 2 weeks ago, and I said it was a 4. Then the next week I said it was a 6. Now the fact that he's not practicing Thursday, and the reports right now don't look very good. If he's not out there on the field, do I think Simpson can step up? Sure. But not having Richie Incognito out on the field really hurts your running game. One of the biggest reasons why Jacobs went from 4.8 to 3.9 yards per carry is because they didn't have him out there on the offensive line, and they didn't have that continuity. Now, I still have confidence in Simpson being a solid run blocker simply because he's one of the strongest dudes out there. His footwork kind of sucks if I'm being 100% honest, but I am hoping that for week 1, Incognito's out there. But right now, man, my panic level, it's a 9. So if you guys are going to the Raiders and Ravens game, congratulations. I'm happy for you. If you're not going to go to the game, guess what? I'm going to be in Las Vegas at Tailgate Social. I'm going to be there Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. If you want to hang out with me, show up Saturday, Sunday, probably around noon. I'll be there until like 5, 6:30. On Monday, I'm going to be there from like 3:30 to close for a watch party. Now, if you guys are watching this video today on Thursday, they are giving away Monday Night Football tickets. You just have to get to Tailgate Social before the end of the Buccaneers and Cowboys game to claim your tickets. Let's say you're not in Las Vegas right now. It's all good. And by the way, look how dope this place looks from the outside. I mean, we are going to be rocking and rolling in this thing. We're going to be packing it with silver and black, and I need you guys to show out for me because I want to show them how Raider Nation gets down. But if you don't have the tickets, guess what? We're also going to be giving away tickets to the Raiders versus Dolphins game. So show up Saturday, show up Sunday, hell, show up Monday. Enter for a chance to win. The only way that you can enter, though, is if you tell them Mitchell Renz from the Raiders Report sent you. So here's what you guys can do. Reserve a table, or you can go ahead and call Tailgate Social at the number below, and you can reserve a table at chatsports.com/table. Yeah, I'm going to put that link in the comments and in the description. Reserve a table. Bring the entire family. Chatsports.com/table. If you have no idea how to work a phone, Dad, looking at you. If you want to meet my dad, he's going to be there. Call Tailgate Social at 702-221-6513. Tell them Mitchell Renz, Raiders Report sent you. Get the hookup. All right, we got some more news and rumors to talk about, and I'm going to kind of have a little bit of fun with this one. Are the Raiders going to release Casey Hayward? Before I give you this answer, I do actually want to give you a little bit more of an update on some of these Ravens injuries that I hinted at the beginning of the show. The Baltimore Ravens are going to be without Gus Edwards, their starting running back, and one of their starting cornerbacks, Marcus Peters, because both players on back-to-back plays today tore their ACL. So that, to me, I mean, you want to talk about unlucky. They've lost the Ravens, that is, Justice Hill, Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, 3 pretty good running backs. Now it might be the Le'Veon Bell show. I know we've talked about Le'Veon Bell a ton in this one, but the maybe bigger injury is Peters. Now, they still got another really good guy over there named Marlon Humphrey, but I wanted to be able to keep you guys updated on what the Raiders could be dealing with on Monday Night Football. So what the hell is this thing going on down here? Raiders releasing Casey Hayward. Guys, I'm just trying to play a little bit of fun here. Shout out to the Raiders for getting this one right. Today's Casey Hayward's birthday. They put it on Twitter. They put it on Instagram, and literally like the top comment was, oh God, is he getting cut? Oh God, is he getting cut? No, he ain't going anywhere. So what I want you guys to do right now is give Hayward a happy birthday. Type HBD down in those comments if you want to go ahead and try to guess his age without Googling it. And I know once in a while I show it here on screen. But go ahead, Casey, happy birthday to you, man. Hopefully you get an INT as an awesome gift. So the next thing we're going to be talking about here is some revenge games, because I do think revenge games matter. And one of the players that's not hidden whatsoever how motivated he has been to go up against his old team is Yannick Ngakoue. And I also saw somebody say, Mitch, in a super chat on my live show, it's not pronounced Yannick Ngakoue. Guess what? It is pronounced Yannick Ngakoue. He literally said it himself that way. So in terms of him, I anticipate him coming out being fired up. And hell, man, he already tweeted out today that the Raider Nation is the best fan base. So, I mean, what could go wrong? And then the next guy we're going to talk about here is Willie Snead. Now, sure, he didn't have as much of an impact as Ngakoue, and he's not going to have as much of an impact in this game. He's probably going to be the wide receiver 5, but I could just see Gruden throwing him out there here and there, maybe giving him a red zone target. Don't know if it's the best thing to do, but I am going to be watching both of those dudes and seeing how much of a revenge game they could potentially have. Now, if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the Raiders Report. We're keeping you guys up to date on everything going on around the silver and black. So you see that red button? I want you to make it silver, right? Once you click on it, that means you're subscribed. And if you want to make sure that you never miss anything, turn on those notifications, y'all. If you don't know how to do that, it looks like that bell underneath the vid. So seriously, hit that notification bell, turn them on, because I don't want you guys to literally miss a thing. The next story here on the Raiders Report is going to be around our star tight end, Darren Waller. And is he going to be getting a new deal done soon? Well, to be honest with y'all, I might actually go ahead and give this one 4 Chucky heads, but I didn't know exactly how to be able to break it down. So he just hired new agents. And anytime you see a guy like Waller go out and hire new agents, you're like, all right, he's about to get paid. And usually, not that I get upset about it, because let's face it, Waller 100% deserves a new contract of some sort. Now, I will say this. The last time I talked about a Darren Waller extension, 4 days later, yes, 4 days later, the Raiders went ahead and did it. Maybe they're going to go ahead and see this as well. But I would say that I actually think he's probably the most underpaid tight end in the entire league, and I think he's actually one of the most underpaid players in the entire league. Now, usually I sit on the fence of, well, some of these guys, they get a brand new contract, Trent Brown, and then they don't play, and I get kind of upset about it. But when you're looking at his current deal of 4 years, $29.8 million, that's the 11th highest guy in the league. In terms of what's some money that he could potentially be looking at, I mean, I'm going to go look at his guy he's going to be going up against this week, Mark Andrews, who just signed a brand new 4-year, $56 million deal, which made him the 14th highest, or the $14 million a year, third highest paid tight end in the league, behind George Kittle, behind Travis Kelce, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith. And when you see right now that Darren Waller is sitting making $7.5 million per year, I'm like, all right, well, guess what? I mean, yeah, I could definitely sit out there and say Waller deserves a lot more money. I mean, think about it. How many guys are having 107 grabs, 9 touchdowns, over 1,200 yards, right? There's just, Darren Wallers don't grow on trees, even though apparently today that he had a chocolate sculpture made of him. I mean, if my girlfriend didn't think he's already good enough to eat. All right, y'all, so what about this question coming in here? How much per year is Darren Waller going to get if he does get a new contract extension? So what I like to do a lot of times on these shows is, give you guys my opinion on the news and rumors. And after this question, I am going to go ahead and tell you how much I believe that Waller is going to end up making. Before I do, though, I want you guys to party with me in Vegas, right? I mean, I'm going to be coming out to Vegas every single weekend with the Black Hole, and I want to start off the party right. So if you guys want to come hang out with me on Sunday, we're going to be doing a kickoff party from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night at the Omnia Hotel. It's an open bar, and for a limited time, the prices are actually going to be a lot cheaper. So I believe it's up to like 40% off right now is all I'm going to say. But if you want to save an additional 10%, if you go to chatsports.com/party, I'm going to say it again, and it's in the comments and in the description, chatsports.com/party, use code Mitch for 10% off. So that's the kickoff party, Sunday night, 8 to 11, open bar in Vegas for like $100. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you can't beat it. But then the next day, we got a special guest, Jermaine Dupri, 2 million Instagram followers. He's an unbelievable artist. I told my dad, I was like, hey, we got Dupri, and he's like, dude, no freaking way. In fact, yesterday when I called him, he was literally listening to his music in the background. So if you also want to come to our tailgate party, it's going to be from 1 o'clock to 4, also at the Omnia. It's going to be the best tailgate. It's going to be the best kickoff party that there's going to be in Las Vegas. Save 10% at chatsports.com/party. The code's Mitch. Hopefully, you guys can remember that. All right, y'all. So as promised here, I told you that I would go ahead and break down the Darren Waller contract projection. So the reason why the numbers that you're about to see is more based on what Mark Andrews got, and it's also based on some guarantees of some other contracts that came rolling in here. So as it stands right now, he is 29 years old, and I could see him signing a 4-year deal, $58 million total, and then average of $14.5 million a year with 39 guaranteed. If he wants to be the highest paid tight end in the league, I think the Raiders go ahead and do it, but I actually don't really see Waller going ahead and being like, hey, man, I demand to be the highest paid guy in the league. I just don't see him doing that. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can let me know, though, how much per year you think Darren Waller is going to sign for.